Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Hey, y'all. Hey, Nix. Does an SC2. Thanks for the giant mini delivery truck. The large, small delivery truck. I'm not late. You're late. Excuse me. Just finished my breakfast. Hey, Rihanna Journey. Nix, you've been up since 5. Oof. Pheasant, you're starting your weekend today? Awesome. What up, everyone? Rihanna Journey, you have retreated to the basement while your AC unit is broken? Oh, no. Oh, no, I broke a dependency. What are we gonna do? Oh yeah, look at this. How is this the wrong thing? Rehook this back up. Alright, some music here. It's not just tones, just intonations. Okay, this is weird. This is weirder. Other than that, you're doing good. LaraCon is happening. Oh, cool. I'm going to pretend I know what that is. All right, where's this file? Door double grid proxy, probably. Probably what we're talking about. Oh, wait. I don't want to add one. I want to fix this one. Oops. Door double grid proxy. Nope. Oh, do I have to set this back up again? Slightly annoying. Yep, okay. It's a conference for Laravel, which is a big PHP framework. Oh. Yeah, I also thought it was a Lara Croft conference, which I was like, okay. Tomb Raider forever. I'm muted, which is probably for the best because I think I was explaining something poorly. But I was just saying that we're probably going to be wrapping up the autotiling. Our little overhaul. I want to make some changes to the way the overlays work. Right now, there's like a one-to-one relationship between the outlines of the underlying tiles and the overlays. And I kind of want to remove that. Like an overlay doesn't need to have its outlines totally match. So we're going to be tweaking that a little bit. Next, you've decided today you're going to recreate an old Discord bot. You wasted about an hour trying to set your Windows Bluetooth back up as it's dead. You love Microsoft so much. I don't know. I might detect a little sarcasm in that. You need a Bluetooth so that you can set up the server with just one keyboard. Wouldn't it be like some piece of hardware that's broken? Or you're like, sure, it's like Windows. I've got a full mug of coffee. It's pretty good. I'm very happy about this. But the coffee is like kind of too hot. Time will fix that. Time and thermodynamics. All right, okay. I think I did this correctly. The annoying thing though is we have to make alternative tiles of all these now. So we create our list of alternative tiles. And then, oh, I should not have deselected them because now I won't be able to get them back. Okay, let's do that again. Now I can at least flip them all simultaneously. Oh, but now they're all numbered wrong. All right. I really don't like the rules for the way IDs increment in Godot. When you do things like Control Z or use the Bluetooth on your something just yesterday. Use the Bluetooth yesterday. It's got to be Windows. It's a fair base inclination to be like, you know, it's probably Windows. Hey, nerdy nerds, how's it going? Happy Tuesday. MO motherboard. Ah, okay. That is unfortunate. Cause yeah, if it's broken or not, that's tough. If you had to, you could get like a, you know, wireless receiver, PCI board. But that sucks. Bluetooth is like so crucial. You're a bit sick, unfortunately. You're slowly co-working. That's fine. That's about the pace I'm at. I'm sorry you're sick. Hopefully that passes soon. Yeah, I picked my my mouse. Initially, I picked my Logitech mouse here because it has just a 3-way Bluetooth switch on the bottom of it, which so many keyboards don't. Even though, oh, not keyboards, mice don't. Which I feel like is table stakes. Like, you should be able to swap out the Bluetooth on your mouse. Like, you should be able to just swap to a different device. Like, connect to this computer, tap a button, connect to the next computer, tap a button, connect to the next computer. Like, that is like table stakes for me now. For a peripheral. So yeah, I wouldn't be able to live without that. For sure. Oh, if you restart your PC, it'll fix itself? Oh. I mean, yeah, have you tried turning it off and on again? I had assumed we'd done that. But yeah, that does fix almost everything. It's kind of a miracle. The Windows is so brittle and yet robust enough to just be like, to just reboot and be like, I'm fine now. Like the Paul Rudd GIF, computer GIF. The OF. I'm fine. All right, I think I successfully rebuilt that. I don't know why that happened. I must have plugged in. I did try to clean up some files, and I was punished. Cleaned up a file I actually needed. You did, but you got to hold down the button and then hold it and cut the power and like, yeah. Yeah. That's like how when you tell most Windows PCs to shut down, they don't actually shut down. If you want them to like actually reboot, you have to hit restart. It's like, that's insane default behavior. Rhiannon, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Linux? Just kidding, you're driving Linux day to day and it randomly couldn't find your wireless card and had to boot into Windows and then your Linux restore and then your normal Linux drive to get it working again. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't drive Linux day to day. I don't know if I could handle that. You'd use Linux on your old PC, Nix? Maybe it's time to go back. You couldn't? Yeah, I couldn't either. All right, let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at, and then we'll know where we're going. All right, so I draw some stuff. Let's draw some doors, I guess, to make sure that works now. All right, the overlay stuff is looking okay. I'll demonstrate kind of the thing I think we want to change here. Since I do finish my little dividers. All right, so if we start dropping some doors here. There's the double door. Seems fine. Triple door. Cool. You're running your Discord bot on Linux? Oh, cool. Yeah, and it's been a really pleasant experience outside of the wireless card mishap. Oh, really? You boot into Windows only for the few Windows games you can't get working on Linux? Yeah, sounds fine. All right, so what I want to do is when we do like a select here and it fills in, it kind of does a full grid outline. How do I demonstrate kind of the divide that I'm talking about? Maybe I can do a multi-level selection. All right, so here's like a multi-level selection. Yeah, I don't want the full grid outline. So I want to turn that off. And it kind of perplexes me because as far as I can tell, this shouldn't be on by default. So I'm a little curious. I think we need to do some kind of indexing. No. There's some awkward overline or missing lines, but there's nothing I can really do about that. Oh yeah, here's a good example. So like there's no outline here along this wall, like going up and down. And that's because the metal surface, the wall surface here and the wall surface here are the same. So it's like, well, we don't need an outline here because the hole's the same. And it's like, yes, but I would like an outline here because this block is part of the selection and this block isn't. So I would like at least an outline at the edge of the selection. So I do want to retain that. It's weirdly doing it here. I don't know why it's doing it on this side, but not this side. It's strange. It's actually doing it on every side except this side. That's a mystery. Rhiannon, all the software you use on a regular basis is easily available, so it works. You know, it wouldn't work for a lot of people. Yeah, I don't think I have enough cause to do that. Nix, you wish there was like even better support for programs on Linux? You mean aside from Wine? Yeah, since most of what I do on my computer is make games and play games, it's just like I don't have a great reason. All right, okay, I think we can work on this. And I'm not so bothered by the weird things I run into. It's probably because I'm really not a power user. Like I'm not a big computer power user. To the extent that, you know, I want to set up my own like desktop environment. All right, so what we think we're gonna do here, let's go down here. So what the cool thing about our refactor is now, whenever we are running the autotiler, we basically just call this create tile map cells and we pass in what kind of layer we're talking about, whether like the block layer or like the hover layer, which is like one of the first overlay, or the select overlay. I should probably change this a little bit. But anyway, we've registered different tile atlases. So you can say, I want to use this atlas. We'll probably need to either change this or subtype it or subclass it or something. So like we can handle it when people make their own overlays. We can handle like novel types of overlays or just different atlases that we didn't anticipate. I don't know. We'll see if we end up doing that or just you have to like alias as like one of these other atlases or something. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it depends on how automatic the like building of the tile atlas ends up being, because we have ideas to simplify that a lot from like to like make the big atlas from like a simpler set of samples. Rhiannon, most of all your work and lots of your hobby programming is around web apps that you deploy to Linux, so it's a no-brainer for you. And Godot works great in Linux, so you've got that covered also. Nice, yeah. Yeah, I will need a Linux, installation somewhere eventually. I can build to Linux from Windows, so it's like not crucial, but I feel like it would probably be worth it to have a test environment. Just for the game, if nothing else. All right, so when we're running through here and we're doing our selection, is this the fault of the atlas itself, maybe? Seems unlikely, but let's load up the select atlas. Oh. All right, here we are. Here's our file. Yeah, I don't know. We're using this one everywhere. We're using the base tile pretty much everywhere. Oh, maybe we're not. I'm not sure if it's just overlapping semi-transparencies that are causing this effect. It shouldn't be. I think this is, yeah, this is the same. Okay. Oh, glad I didn't use the dotted line one. That would have been so annoying to maintain. Building the Linux is great. Just the fact that you can do that on a Windows machine with relatively no trouble. Yeah, it's nice. All right, so why do we think... Essentially what's happening is we're always defaulting to the most basic floor tile. So like create dex Z cell is probably where our problem is here. So we know we're doing a Z cell or a deck Z, which means like the top face of a deck. Not edge tiles. Am I just not... No, we are drawing edge tiles. I'm almost certain in the call to this. Let's see. True, false, true. Yeah, true. Okay. So here we should be, so this is our general purpose call. This handles each of the layers that we currently support. And we've just split the layer specific behavior out just so it's a little more readable. So it seems like we always end up at 0. Atlas chord 0 for this particular layer, which doesn't make sense. So there's maybe something else happening going on here. We can do this example with just a single layer. We've got our single layer, and then I start outlining. So yeah, we only ever pick Atlas chord 0. I think that's what's happening. I mean, it's possible we're overlapping enough times that we're making it just look like there's an outline on the inside here, like these inlines, this grid. Maybe it's just 4 or 2 of these. No, 4. It would be 4 overlapping. So if neighboring tiles, that's how we create this little cool, subtle grid effect, is it's just layering over its neighbor. Sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat too. It's pretty stubborn. Yeah, weird. Weird how we're missing the outline here. Probably because it's only checking in front of it, and when it's looking back this way, maybe the logic just... No, it works here too. Yeah, there are these very limited circumstances where we fail to finish the outline as well. So I think that's what we're looking for, is some of these edge cases. But first, let's figure out why we're getting this full overlay here. Nix, there was a huge update to Vanilla Expanded. That's like the RimWorld mod. Drain caskets. I swear you're making up words. Like, I believe you that this is a thing, but like I just don't understand any of this. Drain caskets before would leave their occupants on the old map when you moved on with your grav ship. So you'd have to pop your blood bags out of the drain casket or lose them as they would fall through the ship. All that whole statement, it just makes no sense, but I understand this is content in the game. I haven't gotten to drain caskets yet. How many mods are you at? Current mod count from Nix for RimWorld is 364. 11 more since last check. Oh, you've gone so far. All right. So I don't understand exactly how we end up in this position here. What's weird to me is that this is only affecting this one layer. This effect. It's not affecting, like... Which makes me think it has to be... Has something to do with the tile map or something like that. Oh, that's in a different, so it's here. All right, Did I? Let's see. Select deck Z. No, this is right. So why are we only ever picking Atlas chord 0? Okay, we get the source ID right. We set the Atlas chord. And do we just not set it again? No, we do. We definitely are setting it again. It's possible we have a problem with our mask. It's possible. So a drain cask is a modded crypto casket type of deal. Oh, my lord. This is like some vampire business. Okay. That's too funny. Yeah, you'd lose them, huh? Okay. All right, this is mysterious. Rimworld, True Blood. Coffee is still so hot, it's like burning my lower lip. It's a bit of a problem. But if I leave the lid open, it'll get too cold. It's a conundrum. Vanilla Expanded has an achievement of hitting 500 mods. That's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, okay, so my question is, how are we encountering this issue in such a way that it is only affecting one of the 3 layers? That's the interesting question about this. Let's check game input selection, which is what we're feeding in. It's a hash set. No, that can't be the problem. You want coffee too, but it's 9 p.m.? Yeah, it better not. And Dale Cooper would be proud of me and my coffee. I hope so. All right, yeah, this is a bit confounding. I'm not gonna lie.
Most illogical.
Truly, Rhiannon Journey. Because if I do if I build stuff, I don't get that effect. I don't get the like the gridded effect here. And I don't know what is allowing it to do that, because the way that the autotiler is written, that shouldn't be allowed. But obviously we're staring at it clear as day here. And also this one particular... The right side outline for the floor and the left side outline for the wall are also not appearing. I understand why that's the case, and that's like the thing I want to fix right now. But I'm perplexed by this selection grid here. It's a mystery. It's not like we're separately auto-tiling it, right? Somehow, archaically, through like another method. I don't think so. That doesn't seem possible. So the only behavior that changes for a given layer like Nix, speaking of RimWorld, you might have started a new game again. You were only getting 160 TPS on the old map. I assume that's turns per second or something like that. You think you figured it out? You think one of your mods sometimes derps out and makes your game run 800 turns per second slower? Go back to an earlier save or leave the map. Ticks per second, okay. So you're saying interesting. It's cool that you're like, you can, you know. Is that a problem? Is only getting 160 ticks per second a problem, though? Because that's pretty good, right? That seems fine. Assuming a tick and a frame are interchangeable terms here. Unless you've got like a 240 hertz monitor. All right, yeah, this is weird. The only thing that's like set based on what kind of atlas we're talking about is the source ID here. That's all we set. Everything else is like, well, everything for the ones with edge tiles are set up to be the same. So for some reason, it seems like these sets of conditions are not being carried out the same way for the selection layer, which doesn't seem possible to me. Key plus vector3i dot y. The key doesn't change. Our key should be the same. Oh, it's not 3x speed up. That's fair. So it's the third speed up button. I see. 3x speed up is the second speed, first being normal speed. Okay. Sadly, no. A tick is basically just means how many things can happen at once. The lower it is, the slower the simulation is. The basic 3x speed up in game is 360 ticks per second. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what they mean by a tick then, but that's cool. Well, I'm glad you got the speed up then. That makes sense I wasn't thinking about that significant time manipulation. I didn't think it was that much. I mean, it makes sense that in a game of that kind of... You can have a lot of stuff going on in a RimWorld game or not a lot going on. And it's kind of hard to capture that with just ticks. I like how we implemented the vast majority of this overhaul in like 2 streams, and I'm going to spend this whole 3rd stream on it just like staring at a bug. Just unable to make progress. That's fine. Tuesdays are usually very slow for me here on the stream and everything. You bet if RimWorld was built with an ECS, you wouldn't run into any problems. Yeah, no, I think you're right. He probably has one. I understand. So if anything happens, it happens due to a tick, like plants growing, people going to do a task, animal handling. But those are not like, that doesn't just happen every frame. So like you doing that thing is different than just a frame of simulation time. The like actual tick is like the thing turning over, like the thing actually happening. Yeah, that's interesting. Just wish RimWorld had multi-threading. Yeah. The joke is you've added multi-threading, so now you have two problems. Yeah, what in the heck is so different about this branch? Four, 5... I'm gonna try something. Just because I need a sanity check because I don't understand what's causing this. So we're gonna mark everything so that we can see. Maybe a brighter color. All right. Now we're going to be able to tell whether this is just overlapping or it's actually doing this. Okay, so it is definitely... It is definitely drawing... It's stuck on Atlas Chord 00 for all of these, it seems like. With some additional overlapping. Which is fine. Okay, well that's frustrating. I was hoping it was just overlapping causing that. I would have been surprised, but it would have been easier to figure out than whatever this actually is. Oh, hold on. Ah, okay. I've been playing Legion Tower Defense 2 with some friends. It's been fun. It's been chill. I like finding chill little games. There's very few rooms for error. Like, it's very easy to mess up the economy and be totally just ruined by it. So it's not chill in that sense, but it's like slow paced. You can kind of just play your game and not pay a lot of attention. Okay, so game.p stays. Yeah. Alright, so how would this interact differently from this? So mask is not equal to null and not mask contains key.xyz. No, that's all fine. We're setting these up and we're drawing these. But for some reason when we get to this part, it all falls apart here. All. All's key. I mean, I don't think there's a problem with just the fact that this is just a generic eye collection. I don't see that being a problem. But it's a difference. And at this point, I'm willing to entertain any difference as being the source of the problem. What's the difference between this and like a block that's unaffected, like the bulk, like the walls? The walls are not affected by any of this, but they ask the same questions. They do the same containment checks. You don't do quite as many of them, maybe. What is the bulk X different than the bulk Y? What the heck? Yeah, there's missing this whole containment check here. Oh, well, that explains something about that. All right, time to split these and try to figure out why the bulk X behaves differently than the bulk Y. The question is, which one do we think is right? I guess it's probably... Oh, I didn't re-export that. So it looks like the Y is correct. The Y facing wall code, as far as I can tell. Oh, we exported this. There we go. Looks like I was supposed to change this over and then I just didn't. We need this check. Oh, is that here? Just... Oh, it's here. Perhaps code gremlins are corrupting the code base while I sleep. We need more folklore on programming. True. Okay, well, there's one discrepancy resolved, but that has nothing to do with the thing we were trying to fix, I don't think. It's kind of incidental. All right, let's see if that at least creates consistent behavior for the walls. That'd be excellent. Kind of incredible this hasn't come up yet. All right, moment of truth. All right, cool. Okay, we fixed an outline problem, but not the more fundamental one. Just why do these always just show up like this? Why do they draw the grid? I think there is another discrepancy here that I want to go find that I'm convinced exists here now in the floor side panels. right, there's X. Here is Y. Let's see what we got here. Maybe not. Maybe these are the same. Unfortunate. Because there is a behavioral issue with these. You're gonna leave the stream on in the background? No worries. Take it easy. Oh yeah, enjoyed the Laura Croft convention. I forgot. All right, what the heck?
I don't know what y'all think, but I think that's pretty.
I guess let's double check that we're making this selection thing correctly. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure we are. Cursor bounds, selection. Wait, game.input.selection.add cursor. Oh. Maybe we aren't doing the selection stuff correctly. Oh no, for each cursor chords in game.input.cursorBounds. Oh, I see. Well, hold on. Oh no, we interpret that here. Input.selection.clear.
You guys are so good at that.
No, yeah, I don't think it's that. I'm convinced that the longer that you end up spending, like, hunting for a bug, the more dumb and obvious the eventual solution is. Okay, so what if I do this and then I try to select something else? I'm gonna try to do this. Okay. I feel like somewhere we must be telling the system to, like, only do this, and I don't know where. I don't know where that's occurring. All right, we gotta walk the whole pipeline, I guess. Walk the whole pipeline and figure it out. All right. So when we output the tile map data, do we do anything? It's layer specific? No. We must do something when we DQ here. Or NQ. Yeah, when we DQ, we must do something. No, just tile map, data pack, tiles, output.tiles.dq, nodes, tiles.target node.call, unpack tile map data, tiles.pack data.
All right, let's bring that beat back.
Hey, Theron Keen. Long time no see. Yeah, same. How are you doing? How's dev? How's life? How's dev life? How's the spaceship going? It's pretty good. Pretty good. we rerouted all. We were starting to like come up with different overlays and different stuff we wanted to render out with the autotiler, and we kept just additively creating more ways to do the autotiling. But over the weekend or last week, we are running it all through a single autotiling process. So there's like a single set of autotiling rules that control the autotiling for the blocks and for like selection grid stuff. It's not perfect. It's perfect on this side. No, on that side. But yeah, I think we're gonna be wrapping up this tool in the, in the medium term future. And actually start hooking this thing up to do simulations of stuff. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the cutaway system and with the autotiler. We're just, there's a couple of edge cases here we just don't totally understand yet. Oh, that's an interesting one. This is an interesting issue. What do we got here? See, it's correct here. Okay, so we found another area that's very wrong, which is interesting. What if I select this whole corner? See, that renders correctly. So what's up with that? Ooh-wee. When I just do it on this side, it's kind of messed up. Yeah, there's something wrong with the lower floor piece here. And if I do it just here, it really messes up. Oh, it did. Now it doesn't. Huh. Dev's been a crapshoot until this week. You got a new job? Nice. Takes up too much time, though. Yeah. So you and the kid are just starting the switch to Unreal Engine. You just can't dedicate enough time to code so many systems from scratch, and he's going all in on 3D modeling, so he had to make some changes to get things actually finished. No, that's cool. That's cool. And Unreal, I know Unreal's got a lot of like low code stuff, like the what do you call it? The blueprints or something like that. It should empower. I would imagine it could help empower you to maximize your time spend while still making it so like your kid can do stuff. That's cool. Gotta make those compromises sometime. Sometimes. Alright, well I can't find the big problem, so I'm gonna look for the little problem. I'm gonna try to identify this little gap, why this little gap keeps showing up. Who knows? Maybe we'll figure out the big problem while we're working on the little problem. Just want to double check something real quick here. Yeah, it works on this side, so the X-facing one is good here, but the Y-facing one is weird. All right, let's figure that out. So there is a problem here between two of these. So in this case, the X-facing one is correct. It's the Y-facing one. Oh, I gotta open this again. Yeah, I feel you having not enough time. That's definitely an issue I have as well. All right, so this branch is good. This branch that we're gonna scroll up here to is wrong. So let's spot the difference. Somewhere there's a difference here. We're on, yeah. And for the first few years, you're not really making anything really mechanically innovative, so you can get things done in blueprints that will be sufficient. Still love Godot for what it is, though. Open source is ultra important. No, yeah, I get that. But if you're stepping up into 3D, you really have to think about. Like, to me, Godot for 2D is a no-brainer. Like, I know people have success with like Game Maker and stuff.
Everything's gonna be okay.
But Godot feels to me like a premier 2D engine. But when you step into 3D, Godot is fine, but now it's got to compete against, you know, the likes of Unreal. And, you know, for a certain kind of game, probably makes more sense to use Unreal. It's fine. I had someone show up to the Godot user group that after they showed up after a while. And I was like, "Oh, how's it going? How's your dev going in Godot?" And he's like, "I switched to Bevy." I'm like, "All right." Rock and roll.
Streams are weird.
2D, what's that? I wouldn't know, Foolbox.
You pick up your phone and you know what
How's it going? How's your dev life going?
For a while, I was really scared of them. Like, it's definitely,
How's scope? How's your scope creeping?
but once I knew what was going on, and
Why not both? That's a good question.
made a lot more sense, and I became
It's actually going amazing? Hell yes. It seems very cool. All right, somewhere there is a distinction. I guess I should make an effort to figure out which of the 4 branches inside this is causing the problem. It's likely... It looks like it's x plus 1 is causing our problem. Or no, is it x plus 2? All right, let's figure it out. Alternative tiles makes this hard. All right, here are our alternative tiles. So it's this one. 2, 0. Okay, so it's x plus 2. That's where the problem is. Made a little tutorial, dude, for the story? Yes, I want to see. I would love to. Theron, you've seen a few smaller games lately that are 3D with 2D sprites. You love that style? Yeah, it's a cool style. Let's be honest, you also have a third dimension. I just added it all by myself. The data is fully 3D, but for some reason I insist on compressing that third dimension down when I render it. I don't know why. I thought about using Sprite 3D for this. It probably would have been fine. I think that would have been a much better choice if I hadn't gone for pixel art. Like if I'd gone for like vector graphics or something like that. Drawn Keen, or even pixel sprites on drawn backgrounds with pseudo 3D. Anything along those lines. Yeah, I'm making a 2+1D game. That's exactly it. All right, let's see what we got from Foolbox here. Ooh, is this something? This is, you always bring the juiciest stuff here. You can't see it all if I do that. I like the scan line kind of thing you got going on here. Yeah, I like this. I like juice-driven development here. This is really nice. Can highlight UI elements and other stuff. Yeah, slick. Super slick. I'm dreading the fact that I'm realizing once I do my serialization system, I need to have like a file system in the game, or just the UI for a little simple file system. I'm like not looking forward to that. But you are great at UI. I mean, you made a whole game pretty much just out of UI. You want it to have a little face too? That's awesome. It's going to be used for story development and for explanation. Yeah, that's really great. Super cool. All right, can we spot the difference here? So what did we say? We think it's the x+2 branch. Oh yeah, here it contains key.xyz plus vector3i.y. Okay. And this is just key.xyz. This should be plus vector3i.x. Okay, that's something. Oh, we're doing the same thing down here. Oh wait, do I have these matched up correctly? I do not. So this one is actually plus y. Or no, it's plus x. Because they're all plus x. Plus y, plus x, plus x. And then this one is supposed to be plus z. That explains a few of the things we were observing. Should fix at least that little issue. All right, let's see. Nope, so far so good. All right, we got it. We fixed that little thing. Now the only thing remaining. Why do the Z faces insist on rendering the whole grid? And why only for this layer? For the select layer. Nothing else is doing this. And they're all running through the same functions. Maddening. Well, that was weird too. Everything else looks good. I don't seem to be missing any other. Oh, hold on. That's wrong. Is it doing that on this side too? No. What is this? And why does it only draw it sometimes? Oh, I think I understand actually. Oh yeah, it does it both sides. Interesting. It's running into the edge of the selection. So like here I'm extending it out. And so it's behaving normally. But if you run it only up until the edge and stop, then it gets this little issue. Which is the wall pieces not correctly extending their outlines down. Which is interesting. I guess I'll work on that because I can't figure out this other thing. I don't know why the grid won't stop. Please. Please, grid. Go away. I do need a solution for this missing stuff up top thing. Maybe I don't. But maybe I do though. I don't know. It's going to require some very finesseful use of Z indexing. Oh yeah, also we have a problem here. Hang on a second. Why is it doing that? All right, so that is y plus 1. So we've got a problem with the y plus 1 branch. Here we go. This is y plus 1. So this says... it's the problem of this plus vector 3i.xz thing. That might actually just break... No, not holes. Try get value key plus... Oh, it should probably be key.xyz. Oh, no, it can just be full key because it's the holes, right? Hey, Arneo, there's a new MTG set out. You might ruin your sleep for today. Oh, nice. That's exciting. Spend a little time at a magical gathering. Sounds fun. Okay. So I think... So we add a Z level and an X level. So we're saying below us and in front of us. Like we're saying like a diagonal down, which is fascinating. And I'm not sure why we would need to know that. Oh, we're asking about the... Oh, our problem isn't with y plus 1, it's with y plus 2. I think. Actually, that might be a problem in the bulk branch. Ugh, this is confusing. All right, who determines the way this looks? So it looks fine here, but that's because it should. If I add a block there, yeah, now it's wrong. But if I draw it out like this, it's fine. So it's actually a masking issue is what it is. Fascinating. But the question is, where is that line coming from? It should be coming from the wall above it. I think that's how the overlap would work. So it's actually a problem with the wall piece. And that's the y plus 1 issue. Yeah, because it's the outline below itself that it's not clearing. All right, y plus 1. If not, try get value key plus vector 3i.x with w, whatever. Yeah, this is wrong. This is supposed to be looking down. There's no reason for it to be looking across like this. Oh, actually, instead of plus vector 3i.x, it should be just us. But we know this is the case. So we do this check above. Let's just see. Let's see if this works. All right. So if I select this, we get that artifact. If I select it here, no artifact. Beautiful. All right. Another minor bug. So this is a duplicate check of a check we're doing in the outer function, right? If mask is not equal to null and not mask.contains key.xyz and continue. Okay, so then if we are down here, we don't need to do that again. We can just say if mask is null. All right, did we fix both sides? Oh. We made it worse somehow? That doesn't seem right. Oh, we need this bit here. Can't actually get rid of that. I'm a fool. No, 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 you're a fool. Oh, excuse me for infringing upon your property, your intellectual property, fool box. Who's the bigger fool, the fool or the fool who follows him? The fool? I don't know. We're all fools here. Yeah, like we're all mad here. So we're all fools here. All right. Did I fix it? Will he do it? He did. All right. Weird artifact gone. Beautiful. Now tell me, please, why? Why are the floor tiles defaulted to only for this layer, only for the selection outline? Oh, symbol. Red alert. Battle stations. Pew pew pew. Symbol raid. Hey Symbol. Hey Tricky Lady. How are y'all doing? Happy Tuesday. What are you up to? Welcome in, Raiders. We're making Digital Iliad here. A isometric 3D take on like FTL and like RimWorld and stuff like that. Working on a rogue clone. Oh, a rogue clone. A rogue, like, you might say? Like a rogue game? You're specifically working on the map generator? I love it. I love this. I don't want to hear about people working on games. I want to hear people working on tools. I want to hear about people working on game dev tools only. You're sick with a cold virus that doesn't want to leave your body? I am sorry to hear that. You just traveled 3 hours in really bad rain. That seems like that would make it worse. Your brain is melting. You're making an options menu. Does that count? I think so. It's a tool for which to change the options. To get groceries, which were sold out. RIP. Your option menu now has a negative mode. Okay. Makes everything negative. Okay. Like it switches all things to like on off setting. Like all toggles just move left or whatever. Up is down. Left is right. Not like the image. Oh, okay, okay. It makes everything a negative image. Oh, that would look super cool with your art style. I could see that. I could see that being quite nice. All right. So yeah, we've been working on our autotiler, which we never aren't, but we've recently simplified the autotiling process so that all the different kinds of things you might want to autotile run through generally the same process to do so. So like the gray boxes here are just like the hull of the ship or what have you. And that all is fine. Then there are some overlays, like there's this action overlay that kind of just follows your cursor around and highlights whatever you're interacting with. And then there's a selection overlay that you can also kick in. And these are all using the same autotiling rules as like the walls and the floors of the ship and everything. So it's all being fed through the same thing. But for only this layer, for just the selection layer, it is rendering this like grid-like structure, which I've decided I don't want, and I can't figure out how to turn it off. So that's what we're trying to figure out right now, after fixing a number of bugs. Gotta figure out how to turn off this weird grid outline. You're gonna raid and dash? No worries. Thanks for the raid symbol. Take it easy. You're funny, tricky lady. You sound like you might be delirious from the virus and the rain and the lack of groceries. But that's good. That's funny. I've still got coffee and it's still hot. It's like a miracle. All right, so back to our fundamental question, which is where and how are we forcing this auto outlining thing? There's no control flow as far as I can tell. I think what we should do is maybe we should double check that there isn't like a special selection grid script or something that's like causing me pain. Yeah, there's nothing here. These tile levels don't know what they're for. Like there's nothing in the unpack tile map data stuff about like anything that would indicate what you are. You just read the header and just unpack the tile map data. You make no judgments about it, so can't be here. It could conceivably be in this tile set, but I don't think it is. It's essentially defaulting to the Atlas Chord 0 for this source ID, and I like can't figure out what is forcing it to do so. It's kind of a mystery. when it works in every other context, just not this context. I'm a little concerned it has to do with the mask that we pass through for it, because that's the only other thing that's different than the other systems. Hey, Silas, how's it going? Modern day miracles, hot coffee. I know, it's the little things, Nix. Tricky lady, yeah, yesterday you went from a 37 degree centigrade fever to getting 34.3 degrees centigrade undercooled from meds you took for said fever. Oh, you're just all over the place. Yeah, take it easy. All right. Masks, grids, tiles, no. Yeah, the only thing I know that's different is we do this game.input.selection. So this is the mask that we use for the selection, but it seems to be working. Like, it seems to be working correctly. But we're not using it for outlining, are we? I guess that's a good point. But since we're not using it for outlining, then we should just get the same outlining as everyone else, but we don't do that. So that's where I get confused here. Sorry, I was muted. I'm just going to swap some stuff around here just to try to isolate where the problem is coming from. That seems like a good way to go about this. Okay, so yeah. Oh, the hover is doing the same thing too, isn't it? Oh. Interesting. Weird that it's defaulting to this one and not the borderless one. Silas, you're doing well. You started a major refactor of your game prototype after noticing systems weren't updating correctly with environmental changes. Ooh, that's exciting. We love a big refactor here. All right, so the truth of the matter is that we aren't doing, we are never using any other Atlas chords than 0. And that is a problem. But that seems to only be true for the top layers here, the Z levels. And I still don't understand why it's true for, I think there's something with the hull that maybe that's weird. So hull equals hulls, key, should be fine. Source ID, select. If not edge tiles, we can just early out. Otherwise, we got to go through this. And so this never happens. We like almost never successfully get through this. So if we've passed in a mask and the mask doesn't contain this coordinate, then it just won't work. And I think that must be what's happening. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, though. This should actually be like mask is not equal to null. So if these two things are true, or it's mask is equal to null. And those are true. Otherwise, mask is not equal to null. And mask contains this. So the whole comparison is actually going to be like a backup. I'm actually going to put it below the other one. It's going to be like here. So will this work? Then we just get rid of this. I don't know which thing I changed there, but I changed something. No impact. Oh, impact here. So you can see there's the missing outline on the back side here. You can see that. That's what I changed. Although here it should apply, so I messed that up for sure. I don't think we need to do the null check. Oh, maybe we do. No, we do need to do the null check. All right, what if I do it like this? Actually, no, it says the parentheses doesn't do anything there, but it does something for me. It's still nothing. Okay. Unfortunate. Oh, it's this or. It's my fault. Okay, that's back to normal, but I didn't do anything that would affect the selection in any way. That's unfortunate. But I think there's a reason for that. So I'm going to try to change the rest of this and see if that works. We're basically saying, so if you pass in your own mask, we won't use the haul as the haul is like the default thing to compare. And then if you pass in your own mask, we'll use that instead. We didn't really express that the way we had this before. I'm gonna finish this before I make any formatting decisions. I don't like using braces for like single line stuff. But do I like this better? That's the question. I don't like hiding the outcome here, but it is just a block. It's like if this and this and that and not that, but also this, then do that. Seems fine. Do that later though. Yeah, this is part of the reason why I felt like it was so paramount to have all of this occur in one place. Like, I want all of the outlining rules in one place. All of the auto tiling rules, because it's so complicated, and to try to maintain it in different areas is like way too much. Oh, it's down here. Okay, so far so good. That wouldn't have an effect, would it? Yeah, what kind of gets me that I don't understand is so watch how the outline is just totally right when you go down the side like this. Totally right for multiple layers. But crossways, it doesn't do it. That's what's kind of got my goat here. I just don't understand the checkerboard pattern appearing here. Oh. Oh, there's a couple spots here it doesn't appear. Fascinating. Why is that? Oh, it looks like I am possibly doing something. Yeah, I am doing something. I'm just not fully understanding it. Oh, it's the whole equivalency issue. It's weird that it's applying only in a very specific situation. Oh, it's looking for a neighboring hull and it's not finding it because it doesn't need to be drawn. I think that's what's happening. That makes some sense. Not a lot, actually, now that I think about it. It actually doesn't make any sense. Dang it. I thought I was on the edge of a realization. But no. So watch this. I think if I put another hull material down here, and now if we do the selection, oh no, it doesn't. It really doesn't do much. It only seems to affect the actual edges. You can kind of see because the black outline shines through around the edge. So that tells me there's an interaction happening there at the border between two different hull types. And that's the only place that the interaction is happening, which means I've probably written something here wrong where like something that should have an exclamation point in front of it doesn't, or vice versa. It seems like we're doing the opposite of what we want, which is interesting. Like, what if I just start putting individual pieces around? And I go over them. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we're doing the opposite of what we want somewhere. Interesting. Interesting how it's showing correctly for everything else, just not this. Hull's key. We got a key. So maybe this needs to not be such a dominant condition here, this hull try get value for the neighbor. Because if you can't get the neighbor, no, that should be the edge. Yeah, so that's right. Not cutaways. Yeah, because if it's cutaway, if it's totally cutaway, we're not going to draw on it. So we treat it as an edge again. Here, if not hulls.tryGetValue key plus vector 3i.x out. Or cutaways.has. Or cutaways.has. Oh, this is the wrong area. Where even am I? Okay. I was like, this doesn't sound right. Let's go back here. Oh, do I need more parentheses? Yep, that changes the behavior of it. All right, let's try that. All right, let's see what this has done for us. Better or worse? All right, and now if we place like a thing here. No. Hmm. So we're allowed to change the atlas chords here if all of these cases are true. So we need a haul of the same type in this direction. We need to make sure that we aren't just totally cutting away in that direction. We need to make sure that either the mask is not equal to null and the mask contains this neighboring tile, or the mask is null and the adjacent haul fits. That's where I'm like, this looks like we've done this correctly. Let's not pass in the mask and see what happens. It should behave just exactly like the other one. The other layer, the regular block layer. Fascinating. It's a little alarming. Right. Now we're going to try the blocks with the mask, because I think that's going to be weird. Oh. It just straight up doesn't want to draw. Okay, signs pointing to something wrong with the mask. Excuse me. Something wrong with the mask. But in like a very weird way. Let's try this one. This doesn't tell me anything. Yeah, because you see how the outlining just works perfectly here, right? Like, the outline's only being drawn at the edge of the contiguous surface. Nothing weird. The selection layer just can't do this, which makes me think that there is a problem with the mask somewhere. And I don't like debugging things like that. That gets really tedious. But yeah, I can't figure out how to change this here. There is some interaction happening here at the border. That much I can tell. It's kind of drawing an outline in one of the, or it's not drawing an outline in one of the few situations I would want it to, which is interesting. And that does point to something being flipped somewhere in a weird way. There isn't a problem like local space versus global space or anything, because this is all just happening in relative camera space here. Or relative view space, I should say. I would like to fix this bug. If I do one thing this stream. I mean, I know we fixed a bunch of other littler bugs earlier, but this is the big one here. This is the big one. Also, what's in target node 1? Target node position 1? I would like to know. Palette. No. Add editor, add elastic. Oh, the elastic layer. Okay. I see. All right, let's see. Which one of these is a forward position? So it's the +2s. All right, I'm going to try the +2s because those are easier to see. So let's see about this. So we've got if hulls.tryGetValue key plus vector3i.x out All adjacent position X. So it's like, okay, there's a tile here. Is there a similar tile that looks this? That is there at least another tile in this direction? If there isn't, we can't outline that, or we can't remove the outline. That seems fair. That seems correct. If the cutaways don't exactly have a full deck cutaway, yeah. If mask is not equal to null and mask.contains, we can do this. The neighboring spot. Or mask is equal to null and adjacent position. I'm sorry. I'm very stumped by this. As far as I can tell, we aren't really particularly concerned about matching the hull types. Like, we should just trivially be fine for what we're doing here. But obviously that's not happening, so there's something missing. Hull's key. Well, these are named wrong, but that shouldn't have anything to do with anything. It's technically wrong, but it was consistent, so that shouldn't mean anything to anybody. A hull gets registered whether or not we're going to draw this thing. Yeah. So that's not a problem. Thought for a second there might be a cutaway based problem, but doesn't make sense. Yeah, look at that. The outlines go away because of this transition in hull type, which is wild. This is one of the few times there should be an outline being rendered here. So yeah, there is something that's opposite what it should be, but I just can't figure out what it is at the moment. I didn't set any of this up wrong, I don't think. That's 0, 0. I'm waiting for a breakthrough here. Okay, I managed to break the regular one. This is what we're getting. It's like the inverse. Doesn't seem to be affecting the mask at all. So obviously that's wrong. This can't be right. I'm gonna try it. And we'll at least have some idea. Okay, something happened. Okay. I'm just flipping a bunch of conditionals just to see what happens here. Yep, that's what I expect. So this is kind of what we're getting. Oh, and look, now we're not getting it. Fascinating. Huh. I mean, there's a problem with the bottom not registering correctly, but we can fix that. It's actually not an easy way to fix that, but we can fix it. You like the tiled floor? I do not. It becomes really obvious that these joints are like 8x2, like just bricks. Okay, well that's interesting. So there is a problem with the mask. Why would that be affecting this though, the regular tile set? It shouldn't be. Oh, it should be here. It shouldn't be affecting the selection though. Okay, that's maybe a sign about what's happening here. Because changing this branch should not affect, or changing this conditional shouldn't have an effect on the selection, but it did. You don't like it? It's just tiring to look at. It's just, there's just too much. I like to have outlines, but they need to be like, they need to like do something. Like, I don't like putting the outline just inside something that's like, you could just get rid of them and not lose anything. Interesting that you like them, though, because you specifically disliked the tiling for the selection, I thought. For, like, the overlays. I'm kind of the opposite. Yeah, this branch maybe is throwing me for a loop here. So it needs to be the mask is either not null, and it contains the neighboring coordinate here. Oh, are these the wrong directions? Are we looking in the wrong direction? X plus 1. No, that's right. You didn't like it? I see. No, I got it. No, sarcasm is hard to communicate. All right, I have no time left, but I really am frustrated by where we're stuck on here. I guess we have no choice but to pick it back up tomorrow, though. So I have a meeting in like less than 10 minutes. Pretty strange. The fact that we could change this block here and it affected everybody was not good. Like, this branch should not affect... You sure I'll be able to figure it out tomorrow? I hope so. I'm hoping a fresh look at it will do it. We'll probably fix it in the first, like, very short period of time. I would hope so. I hope so. Oh, well. That's so funny. This is definitely feeling like it took 20% of the time to get 80% of the way there, and now I'm having to get the rest of the 80% of the other 80% of the way there or whatever. And it's taking way longer. Because, yeah, this small misbehavior is really in there somewhere. Very hard to find. That's how it is. The last 10% of the project is 50% of the time. Well, we're not... Yeah, for us, it's like the feature. We're like trying to finish this feature. And yeah, it does feel like that. Oh, well. It goes on. We fixed a bunch of littler, smaller bugs. I think this is the last big one I've noticed with the auto-tiling stuff. So yeah, if we can fix this, I think we're pretty much done with that. So yeah, I guess we'll take another crack at it tomorrow. But yeah, I gotta run. I appreciate everyone hanging out here. Symbol for the raid. Let's give the shout out. I wonder if they're already online again. They'll take a lunch and then like come back online. All right. Well, I gotta run. Today's stream was very chill. I'm glad, because that's kind of the only thing I can do when I'm not getting stuff done is just try to be chill here. But yeah, I don't think I even have time for a raid, so we're just gonna end. Actually, no, we'll raid Ezra. Just I feel bad ending a raid train. Developer Ezra, we'll go there. But we'll knock this out. Ezra's very cool, working on some great stuff. I think y'all all enjoy their work. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.